Hi guys, Pat Dougherty here with your tennis IQ topic, error management. We're talking today. We've touched on a lot of these elements along the way in terms of your game plan and strategy. Let me move to the first slide. Let's start out with, have you ever played poorly and won before? Not the most rewarding experience, for sure, but it has everything to do with the quality of the opponent across the net. You might have been way outskilled compared to your opponent. Have you ever played really well, you felt, but then came up short and were disappointed because you put in such a great effort and lost? Has everything to do with the opponent you're up against. And what we're all about is trying to create a game plan that puts your best foot forward all the time, where you're not designed to, beat yourself. That's the hardest outcome to deal with for any of us. When you're executing your best game plan, you either win or you learn how to play better. And so you got to be tuned in, paying attention, observing what they're doing to you that's causing you to lose a lot of points, and you're going to lose this match. So getting outplayed is one of the great experiences we hope for, not to underplay and play against kids we know we could beat 10 different ways, but to get yourself in those situations where you're really testing the limits of your game. You just don't want to get in the habit of playing in such a high-risk way that you're giving away way more points than you take home with unforced errors. And tennis is one of those sports, either you make the shot or the outcome goes to the opponent. And so that ratio is really important to the bigger picture as to whether you're actually beating yourself or they're beating you. So again, referring back to these statistics here, you can see we've already established 75 to 81% of the points between men and women's tennis is someone making an error. So how are those errors coming about? Who's making the majority of them? It's not so much being decided by the winners at all here. Those will happen along the way. And you know what? Many of them might be forced winners, where the opponent's put in a position to have to come up with a shot or fail trying. And when that happens against you, you just got to say, hey, this is part of the game plan. I'm not going to win every point playing this strategy. I just got to hope in the end of the day I'm getting the bulk side of it for the amount of failures that might happen on my end or great shots that happen on their end. But if you look, incrementally, winners are the outcome. Yes, we all chase those because they're the feel-good finish. But are you managing your error production? And what's the benefit of really getting into thinking about forcing the error instead of hitting the outright winner? Well, sometimes it changes the nature of the way you play your shot. So you're not really coming in on a winner attempt down the line on the approach shot. You're coming in on something that gives you time to get into position and close at the net. I mean, it can change a whole lot of things. It also opens up larger margins of error for you to work with. So you're hitting high over the net, you're adding spin, you're dummying down the target a little bit so that you're not missing trying to hit to the boundaries to finish. So that's all the benefits that come from a well-built point development process. So this is about focusing on what your performance is. What can you put out on that court that allows you to compete at the capability level you're capable of? A lot of times the outcome gets so much in the forefront of our thinking, it really shuts down our ability to perform in the moment, and it's hard to get over. So you guys got to realize the performance is where it's at, just like any other discipline or art, music, rock concerts, whatever it is. They've got to be able to just immerse themselves in their performance and let the outcome take care of themselves. They can't write the column in the next day of what the critics think of it. They just got to focus on what they've got to work with, control what you can control, try not to give anything away, make the opponent earn everything they get. And that's a 4 to 5 game plan that's going to pay dividends against anybody you really deserve to beat. So good luck on that, guys.